Dun, 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 dun. Hey, what's happening, people? Real quick. I saw that, Lori. What's the inspiration? Good morning, dragging out in the desert, man. Here in the desert, find myself in the wild with the animals, and I'm having fun, and I'm growing things. And you know what? Let me stop. I'm gonna be stupid. I don't know how not. I'm sorry. I tried. I'm sorry. Yes, and I did make my profile picture a zit. I absolutely did. Yes, I did. I'm sorry. I came from a family, a bunch of corny people, and I'm a father, so I'm supposed to be corny. All right. But you should be scared out there in the desert, in the wild by yourself. No, no, no. The suburbia is scary enough. Y'all got all kind of things in suburbia. Frighten the hell out of me. So, I'm not scared out here. Hang on one second. I'm not ready to go. I have to share. I had to stop. Oh my God, I got gigs and gigs of video of me like building stuff, and which is half of me falling over stuff, tripping stuff, breaking things, and having to redo things because that's just how I do. If you ain't breaking nothing, you ain't learning nothing. Now, I got to share this out on my page real quick, and I had to stop the file. I'm just doing tons of file transfer. It's ridiculous. I have so much video. It's ridiculous. I don't have any time to do any video editing. So hang on. Stop. I say I can't. I got it. Stop. Shut up. And focus. What are you doing, dummy? You're sharing to the page. There you go. And share. Okay. And this is coming up on one of the last times I'm going to stream on Gerard Kenyatta Hay on YouTube. I'm moving over to my new channel. There you go. Share it out to that page. And now, yes, I'm feeling inspired. And yeah, I'm having to constantly transfer files from the little GoPro because it's ridiculous. I've got so much video and I'm running out of space. And so thank you to everybody on Patreon. Big time. Because, and not on Patreon, people sending all kind of lovely, wonderful gifts. And oh my God, I got a letter yesterday. I don't want to put anybody on blast unless they want to be, but her initials are SC. Man, I almost had tears in my eyes, people. Whoo, goodness gracious. There's something about written letters. It just make you feel good. I went to the post office, went down to town, got together with the wagon, put on my bow tie, went down to town and to the P.O. box. And the sister sent me a letter, and it was written on, I want to say it was probably a paper bag. Something about paper bags. I don't know what it is. Something about sustainability, like not like abusing a tree to write, but to double purpose it. And she wrote me a long letter on one side of the paper bag and the other. And I had to sit right there in the parking lot and read it. And it was every word. There's an energy thing about written letters as opposed to that type bullshit. So anyway, what am I doing? All right, I got work to do. And I need to be working. I don't need to be running my mouth. I was gardening this morning. I shouldn't be doing that either, but you got to do things that make you happy. I'm a gardener, not a construction man. I'm not a solar engineer. See my wind turbine? Wind turbine, get it, China. Get it, China. That's from China, y'all. She kicking butt. I tell you what happened yesterday. So no, I'm feeling inspired. And so oh, look at, you hear it? She kicking it. She's stepping up. It's just crazy because the solar panels ain't doing much right now. We had a sandstorm yesterday. So I took my butt and I off-gridded in the motel again. Look, I sometimes you got to off-grid in the motel. Right, but back to the inspired part, because I got a lot of things in my head. This is what caffeine does to me. No, I just feel inspired to come on and just tell why am I out here? Because every day changes. It depends on the day. And so I feel that when you are inspired to do something, you should do it right away. You shouldn't wait. And I really haven't shared much with Facebook. I'm trying to gaslight them over to my Patreon. I'm sorry. Right. Inspired, drink a cup of coffee, supposed to be working, stop gardening, playing with the plants, doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But real quick, going to do a quick video, drink a cup of coffee and talk to you guys. Why am I out here? Damn it. I'm sorry. China getting it. Oh my goodness. China is getting it. I would not have any batteries right now if it weren't for China. Okay. So I'll start there. Why? So why did I camped out in the motel 2 nights in a row? Well, because the first motel was a true off-grid motel. I got no sleep at all. They partied all damn night, and I just felt lizards and snakes and buzzards just flying in the room, biting my feet and stuff, eating all my cookie buns and stuff. And so I didn't sleep at all. I don't know what that motel is for, but it's not for a motel. It's for something else. They're running other businesses in that motel. I ain't never staying there again. Next time I'm trapped in El Paso with car problems, I'm gonna stay in my car. If I can't get a hotel room, I'm gonna stay in my damn car. No, that was not fun. That was not interesting at all. That was an experience. It would be safer sleeping out here by your damn self under a bush with food all on top of you, so the bears and everything else know that you're here. No, so I stayed in a motel last night. And the reason why I did 2 nights in a row, because I had to get some rest from the first damn hotel I stayed in. But when I got back, it was late. I was running around town all damn day trying to get my car straight. I don't even want to talk about it. It took 2 mechanics and an auto parts place and me driving halfway all over El Paso to get Petunia back in the running order. But so we won't go there. No, I got here late yesterday. Batteries weren't charged. And I turned on the air condition so I could start putting together some solar panels, the donated solar panels, and that came from somebody. I don't know what y'all want me to say, so I'm gonna say donated, and we'll go from there. If you want to say I donated them, you can do that, or we'll have a page where we'll put who's donating what, because I really appreciate it. And in fact, we're gonna put the letters on the wall in the shed or wherever I'm staying, because like we'll do some sort of memorial. I appreciate like loving gestures like that. It's powerful. So now I got back, the batteries weren't charged, ran the AC. The charge controllers were stuck in float mode. If you understand what that means that they're not charging. And so even though I was taxing the batteries with the air conditioner and I had something else, was I using the transfer pump? I was using something else yesterday, and I drained the batteries. So by the time I realized the charge controllers were stuck in float mode, it was kind of too late. I reset everything. They started charging, but the sun was pretty much already down. Sandstorm was blowing in, and I had to make some decisions, right? And while I am a stubborn bastard, anybody that knows me knows I'm a stubborn bastard, all right? When I set my mind to something, always going to happen, damn it. And I got friends like, oh, he's about to get tired. He's about to go home. He's about to. You have no idea who I am. I will do it or die trying. All right. What am I doing out here? I'm building a forest. That's what I'm doing. I'm in the middle of a beautiful valley, and I'm going to make it a forest. I'm going to green this desert, and to survive, I'm putting up greenhouses to grow my own food. Rather build some sort of a community if I can. But I'm going to do it or die trying. So there are no winners, Gerard. Gerard ain't never giving up. You don't know who, you have no idea who you're dealing with. But last night, and this is why I won't give up, because last night I had to put my man in check. You got to put your man in check. You got to put your macho in check sometimes. And it was just one of those days, right? I was tired. I was annoyed. The batteries weren't charged. Sandstorm was blowing in, and I was not ready to fight with that last night. I know my limitations, and my limitations are when I'm tired, I don't make good decisions, and that I'm not going to put myself in any sort of a situation where I'm going to damage equipment or do something that ends up me being hurt. I still am in the wild. I can die out here. Absolutely can die out here. I will not be dying out here because you have no idea how of a stubborn bastard I am, and I know how to limit myself. That was one thing I learned from my father. Happy Father's Day to anybody who's out there. And yeah, I didn't say Happy New Year's because I was in the mood on New Year's. I think I said F New Year's. I don't remember, something like that. But I'll say Happy Father's Day. Happy because the Imperfect Father. Somebody fixed that for me the other day when they posted Happy Father's Day to the Imperfect Fathers. Sean did that. My brother Sean Mooney from Maryland. Happy Father's Day to all the imperfect fathers out there. Happy Father's Day to all the mothers who have to be fathers out there. Happy Father's Day to all the stepfathers that got to be fathers. Happy Father's Day to the children that got to be fathers. Happy Father's Day to anybody putting on the damn father hat. Y'all like my new hat? Like, y'all hear China go? Go China! Go! China kicking butt! Where y'all at, America? China kicking butt. Look at that, $150. That's the best $150 I spent in charging my battery. This is where my coffee comes from. China, damn it. Power in my power. All right. I'm supposed to make this quick. I forgot what I was saying. Right. So I know how to limit myself. You know, I had a father dying of lung disease from the United States Incorporated. We won't go through all of those details. And from Big Pharma, who I used to work for, which is why I ain't giving y'all no credit on none of it. Big Pharma say it is stupid until it's proven it's bullshizzle. All right. Not gonna go any further than that. Don't be stupid. All right. Not stupid, just ignorant. No, I had a father dying lung disease, had one functioning lung, and it was only like 25%. And my brother texts me, he's like, yeah, dad is taking down the tree. What you mean dad is taking down a tree in the yard? Oh, he's taking down a tree. The man, 70 years old, half a lung, quarter of a lung, climbed up a tree, you know, with a chainsaw, and he's cutting a tree down that's like 100 feet tall. Man did not know his limits. He had no respect for limitations. Love him to death, but he had no respect. He'd do anything. If he felt inspired to do it, he'd do it. And that's one thing I'm inspired from and learned from him is limitations and limiting myself. And so that's why I stayed in the motel yesterday. So I feel good this morning. I'm rejuvenated. My mind is working right. My mind is telling me something. I don't see nothing wrong. We're green in this damn desert because it's not a desert. It's a wasteland. We wasted the land. Now it needs trees back. So, but I feel inspired to just talk to you guys outside of Patreon. Patreon got about 8 videos this morning. So I figure I'd give you all a little something too. Show you a little bit of the camp and then get to work. Because I don't think y'all can probably see me clear. I think it gets jumbled and the satellite internet's not that great out here. I'm putting trees in. All right, I'll put the coffee down for a second. My carpal tunnel is getting to me. No, it's not good yet. It's better. It's not where it needs to be. It's not 100%. It's about 70%. All right, let's do this. I'm gonna try to stay close to the satellite internet. Dang, China kicking butt. Go on, China. Damn it. Love y'all. No, I don't play nation. I'm done with the nation game. I don't. You know, America, China, Russia, No, buy local, best that you can. Unless some come from China, they do better than buy from China. But don't have any, you know, hissy fits and issues with identity and crazy stuff like that. All right, so let me do this real quick. So what is this right here? People look at that and like, oh, that's the Martian soil. Because my friends are idiots. That's not Martian soil. This is what's called dirt and clay. You know what's in here? All kind of sand and clay and seeds and microbiology that's dormant. And the most important part is seeds. There's seeds all in there. And why are they in there? Because they're dormant. Why are they dormant? Because some moronic species decide to destroy all the trees. So now the trees don't grow. And so the only thing that thrives here is what we left to thrive here, which is about 4 or 5 plants that can thrive in the wasteland we created because we destroyed the forest here, okay? This is not a desert. This is dry land, wasted land. We wasted the land and we walked away because we like McDonald's burgers. All right, I did too. I mean, don't get me wrong. That's Stouffer's. She was at with Stouffer's that made that ground beef hamburger meal. You throw that in and macaroni and something come out of that in a hot pan. That stuff was delicious. All right, it'll kill you, but it was delicious. But that's why I did that. So now there are seeds that are dormant in this soil and they're waiting for water. They're waiting for the apocalypse to end. They're waiting for the planet either to kill man, which I'm kind of in favor of that, or man to grow the F up and fix what he did because he likes burger meat. All right, and destroy the trees. You bring the water back, the species come back, right? On rainy years, the seeds in that soil will start popping back up because they're like, oh, good, man is dead. Yay, we get to come back. We're going to grow. And all the species that are supposed to grow here will start coming back. Seeds can go dormant for hundreds, if not thousands of years. A good example of that was that squash they found. I believe it was Oklahoma, if I'm not mistaken. The squash was thousands of years old and the seed was dormant and they're regrowing it. All right, the seeds go dormant and they wait for the pole shift to end. They wait for the super volcano that blotted out the sun. They wait for whatever disaster that occurred to come to an end so they can come back and recultivate the desert. So every year we got a wet year, these plants start coming back and then they die again. And then they come back and they die again. and they're not making new seeds. So every year that you have a good climate out here, you lose more and more and more seeds. There's only a certain amount of time that's allotted for men to grow the F up and start doing what's right. So bringing the water back, I realized that I'm surrounded by bugs, and I hate bugs, but that's okay. I bring the water back, the flies are here, the moths are here, the bees, dragonflies, and mosquitoes, they're all here. And so the lizards come out, and they're eating those. These are things that people on Patreon see on a regular basis. And so I'm bringing out, I dammed up the river to make my road. The cows came back, cows everywhere. The rats came to... But that's what we're supposed to do. It ain't about what we like. It's about what we're supposed to be doing. And that's what I'm doing out here, you guys. I'm bringing water to the desert. Initially, I'm hauling it. I'm also building dams to hold the water on the land so it can drench into the soil. And so the plants that have the deep enough roots can thrive and get bigger, like the mesquite. And once the mesquite get to the size they're supposed to, they create enough shade. They cool the soil so the sun's not beating down on it all day, so it holds more moisture. And as it holds more moisture, more of those seeds can regerminate. What am I doing out here? I'm done being an a-hole in corporate America, making things worse, pretending like I'm making them better, virtue signaling. Don't get me started on that holiday that y'all just celebrated that started with a J that you think, we're free! No, you're not free. It's virtue signaling. I'm done virtue signaling. This is a mesquite pod. So I'm regrowing the mesquite out here, right? Once the water's back, the mesquite get taller. Once the mesquite get taller, where's it? Is there a mesquite around me somewhere? And they're out in the distance. Well, you can see them out in the distance. The big trees, the big green blotches, those are mesquite. They're in the river channel. The old river channel was a dry river bed because their roots are deep enough and they can tap into water that's been there for months. And that's why they stay green. Recultivating those guys, getting those guys up tall, and that allows for some of the species that are supposed to be here to come back. And that's the beginning of abundance, is us undoing what we did. So what am I doing out here? I'm making a forest in this valley. This whole valley is going to be greened over. And most of it is my property. But the parts that ain't my property, it's going to get green too. I really don't care. I'm going to seed bomb the hell out of them. All right. Uh-oh, I hit a comment. I wasn't supposed to. All right, now I'm going to do comments and I'm going to go because I actually have real work to do. I just felt I was inspired that I should be talking to Facebook and the rest of y'all a little, you know, I'm not going to hide the information from you. I appreciate the people definitely on Patreon and in my inbox who send donations through to help make this happen, because this is all being done on friend money and my money. And my money ain't that long, you know. My money, the way it's set up, it was not set up to green the damn desert. It was set up for me to be an ignorant bastard and travel the world, live in luxury, you know, pretending that every dollar I make isn't a dollar I take from babies. Okay, and that was the inspiration too. Is John Liu, another inspiration that I'll say this, I'll do comments and I'm gonna go. John Liu, the reason why I follow him and Green the Desert, I follow a couple guys in Green the Desert. I'm not doing what they're doing. I'm doing things a little different because that's just me. I feel that you're supposed to improve on things, not just repeat things. But there's some people who are repeaters and we love you too. Repeat, get out there and do what they do. John Liu puts things in a economic package, right? He's just not out greening the desert talking about plants and check dams and reservoirs and water retention and propagation, right? He talks about the economic benefits and how we don't have a choice. No matter where you are right now, there is a desert coming for you. You might think I'm crazy, like, yeah, that's my friend, right? Crazy hell out there in the wild in the desert. There's a desert coming for you. Wherever you are, it's coming for you. And it's going to get you or your lineage, right? We're either stopping the creation of man-made deserts by creating these wastelands. You know, these plants only can hang on for so long. These 4 or 5 species that thrive in the outcomes of our appetite for beef and other things, glyphosate, cheap vegetables, they can only hang on so long, right? They can only tolerate but so long before they can't hold the soil anymore, and then they will die and this soil will blow away in the dust bowl. You know what the dust bowl is? Educate yourself. And this will all be a desert. It will be a true desert. And then your neighborhood will look like this. And if it's not your neighborhood, it'll be your kid's neighborhood, if not your grandkid's neighborhood. If you got a parent anywhere near you, please go smack the hell out of it. If you are a child and you got a great grandparent anywhere around you, say, listen, stop it. You go tell them right now, stop. If you're eating beef, if you got ground beef or steak in your refrigerator, your freezer, you need to send some other money to the brown guy in the desert, damn it, or John Lew or Jeff Lawton or anybody that's working out here, because the desert's coming for them. And we're ignoring it. Desertification is a thing. Hashtag look it up. Stop being ignorant. What else? So yeah, John Lew inspires me. I love the way he talks about it from an economic perspective. It's not a choice. We're either going to fix it or it's going to fix us. And that's just that simple. You know, he said something in a lecture I was listening to 2 days ago, where he said, you know, once you got enough people starving, once you got a good billion people starving, do you really think that your money is going to save you? Do you really think that you living in suburbia is going to save? Do you really think you living in the most armed nation? Do you think there are enough bombs, tanks, guns, drones, or explosives on this planet to stop the billion starving people? I will promise you this. People are the most innovative things you'll ever want to meet. They are. I'm evidence of that. Half-rate programmer, half-rate manager from IT, and I'm out here. At this point, I'd say I'm almost thriving in the desert. I'm damn sure living, almost thriving. I will be soon. We are creatures of necessity. We will be very creative when we need to be. And a billion people will be very creative in destroying your world if we let them starve, because we let all these lands become wastelands, true deserts. So the desert's coming for you, whether you like it or not. You're not getting away from the desert because it's coming for you. This is to me, this is the most significant thing that we need to be doing right now. And it's not sitting back, why send money to Bill Gates? Well, then you need to educate yourself. Don't go to the people who cause the problems to solve the problems. Yes, I'm raising my voice, and that's probably gonna get me eaten by hogs today, but that's okay. Hey, listen, that's green in the desert too. If I get eaten by hogs, I'll be some nitrates, and I'm still gonna be growing trees. Grow trees wherever you are. Grow trees. All right, I'm gonna read comments. I'm gonna get out of here. All right, I'm going off to get coffee like yours. You're not gonna get coffee like mine, Erica. This is not delicious coffee. This desert off-grid coffee made by some solar panels. You're not gonna get coffee like mine. The project is amazing, and I do love being out here. All right, I'm gonna read comments and I'm gonna go back to real civilization. Yeah, Christine, I had to go to a real motel, and I got some real sleep last night, so I'm feeling good. I'm gonna work on the greenhouse, which I don't think I've shown Facebook because I'm a bastard, but you know, I gotta gaslight y'all into doing something for it. It's working. People sending resources and that. I got 4 boxes of solar panels the other day from a good sister, 2 good sisters. And I'm putting them up, and I'm gonna put the last one up. This is the casing for it. I had to reconfigure them. They're all configured for camper 12-volt systems. I have a 24-volt system, so I had to bastardize them, but that's okay. And the greenhouse is slowly coming together. I got to get the walls up. All the tarps are being reutilized. These are the tarps that. What was the first purpose of these damn tarps? Oh yeah, they brought me here. Packaged all my stuff in them, put them up on a trailer to get them here. Then once I got them here, I was like, damn it, I hate the dust. This is crazy. Who would live out here? And I wrapped up the shed in the tarps to stop the dust from coming in. And that solution worked. And then the wind kicked in, and all night long, the tarps are going flippity floppity, flip, 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 flop. So I couldn't sleep. So I got to get the damn tarps over here. And this is the last repurpose of them. So the tarps are basically going at the bottom. That's the soil level. So all the soil is being filled in. So this is what in earthen. Why would you have a fly that lands on your nose? Damn it, I hate you people. I don't like flies. I'm sorry. I love them. I do. But we reduced the population. Now the last one's left are the big ones. I'm not going to get into that. He just landed on my nose. That's why flies are dangerous. The most dangerous thing out here are flies. Because you got important things to say and do and using power tools, and they like to go in your nose and your ears and stuff. It's crazy. Right, the soil level. So it's going to fill the soil in up to that level, And beyond that is going to be a cob wall, right? So the whole greenhouse, that's the back and the front. And this is the baby greenhouse. This isn't the big one. And this is kind of experimental. This isn't the design I wrote down. It's something at the last minute I wanted to engineer and kind of give a shot because I was looking at somebody else's design. And so the same way in the front, right? So the front gets filled in. So basically the greenhouse is completely underground for the most part, which means it's utilizing ground cooling, which means that when it's 110 degrees out here, it should only be maybe 85, 90 in the greenhouse and humid. So all my tropical plants will go in there. I don't know why I'm showing you that. Oh, I just felt inspired. Right, that's fine. Let me get back closer to the Wi-Fi. I'll do comments and I'm gonna go because it's gonna get hot. And by the time it gets hot, I should already have some significant work done today, in which I'm not, because inspiration. But I believe in the universe. I believe when you're inspired to do something, you need to do it. And that's whether that's buying land in a place that you caused because you grew up on Happy Meals, or to take a moment from work because you feel inspired to say something. You never know who's going to be touched by what you do when you're inspired to do it. There's a lot more going on here than what we ever know. Good morning, Trish. Gosh, Ollie Oxenfree. I miss your show, Trish. I used to watch her family. Her family is the Blankenship family, Kershmoke Island. But I feel inspired to move to the deserts, and now all my favorite TV shows I'm missing out on. I'm not watching The Walking Dead. I'm not watching any of that stuff. All right. What's the inspiration? Well, hopefully I touched it, Lori. Hopefully I made it obvious. Just inspired to talk to people here as opposed to just, Lori's on page. I talk to her all damn day. She probably want me to shut up. I think I posted 14 videos this morning. What's up, Gerard? Oh, nothing much. Just sharing my weird world. New hat. Yes, Christine, because this hat has her. And this hat has the her right here. It stops the flies from getting to the back of my neck. So when I'm running the saw, I don't get startled and jump up. Ah, you know, the saw fly up in the air and cut me a new haircut. I don't need a new haircut. So yeah, I got a new hat with that. If you're noticing, the hat's getting bigger and bigger. Because this is why Mexican folk, you know, where the sombreros come from, they don't worry about y'all making jokes about the sombreros. I used to make sombrero jokes when I was a kid. I'm like, why would somebody wear a hat? They're like, yeah, okay, you wait till you out here in that sun. I guarantee you, another 2 months, I will have a sombrero. Why don't y'all make these things bigger? Y'all know the sun can just get through all the creeps and cracks everywhere. We need to have bigger sombreros. So that's why Mexican, they just said back like, you know, let y'all be ignorant. Go ahead and make jokes about sombreros. Just go ahead and keep making jokes. Wait till you get out here. Shoot, I'm gonna have I might do, what's it, 20-gallon hat. I'm gonna have a 135-gallon hat. So yeah, your hat is key. Hat is very key to making out here. And you want to have some holes on the top too. I'm learning. You want to have some holes on the top. Let that air out. Let that hot air from your brain get out. All right. Wow, good. We want to see all the videos. No, you don't, Christine. It's a lot of videos. I don't have enough space. I'm bastard. I'm stealing from my children, which is okay to steal from children. Ain't nothing wrong. Listen, you pay your taxes and the corporation we call a government. It's steal from children all damn day, every day. So I steal from my children. They left a bunch of flash drives. I'm deleting all their school projects and everything. Like, nah, it's all right. I bought it anyway. And plus, you don't need this. This is indoctrination, education stuff. You don't need none of this. It's all history, and they're only giving you the parts that make you want to be a good American. Proud to be an American. Where at least I know I'm getting half story and I'm lied to. So yeah, I'm deleting their flash drive data and I'm moving the videos over there. But it's a lot of video. Good morning, David. One day when I have time, as things calm down, I'm almost done with infrastructure, and I'm gonna start working on aesthetics. And once I start doing that, then I'll have more time to sit and do some reading. I want to write a book. Actually, I don't want to write a book. I want to run my mouth and have somebody else write the book. And I'll start editing the videos. I could probably just do 8 hours of bloopers of me falling over bushes and hitting cactus. Craziest things happen to me. Good thing I ain't been chased by wildlife yet. Not necessarily. The bull, he ain't really chased me. He just kind of looked at me and I ran. It's a whole different thing. And fly, stop it. All right, I'm gonna do comment. We want, well, we want now a letter from you too. Yeah, and that's what I'm gonna do that, Christine. When I have letter time, I don't have letter time yet. I wish at nighttime I could sit down and I could write some letters. I will. It's just not right now. Right now, when I lay down, when my head hits the pillow, my body is done. I go right to either I'm up fighting with the fact that it's noisy and it's windy and every time a dust devil hit my shed, making a lot of noise, I can't sleep, or I'm zonked out. And I get up the next morning, I got to hustle. So I don't actually have writing time yet, but when I do, I absolutely will. At some point in time, I'd love to delete my email and just correspond through letters. I'd love to do that. Wow, it was beautiful. Sean, you have no idea, brother. This is beautiful. It put every sunrise and every sunset puts a tear in my eye. It's the most amazing place. It's so beautiful out here when you can see the beauty. Let me go back to Sean real quick. But my eyes were never attenuated for seeing the beauty out here. Now that I'm out here and I'm seeing the lizards, all the different types and the different types of not that one. that's why my immune, well, that's a fly. He's trying to help my immune system. That's all. He wants me to be healthy. So he's like sharing bacteria with me and putting it in my coffee so that when I drink too much of the water, my body's already exposed to the bacteria. But it's beautiful. I mean, the ocotillos, and as they're starting to flower and the desert's greening itself, the mesquite they're putting green on. I don't want to walk too far away from the Wi-Fi. See, there's a lizard right there. You see him? I love this. And more, they're not scared of me because they know that I bring water and I'm bringing food. Do y'all see him? I don't know if you can. You might have to go to Patreon to see a good video of him. I think I put one up there, but they're not really even scared of me. My brother would love this stuff. He loves lizards, but the desert is beautiful. And the fact that, like the wildlife, they're not really scared of you. Once they realize that you're not here to put them, on a plate with some barbecue sauce between some lettuce and a bun, they just sit there and they just look at me. They just sit there and just look at me like, all right, man, I know that you know that I'm pretty and everything and I'm wildlife and I'm beautiful. And I get that. But damn it, go get the water. It's hot out here. I realize what you're for. You were here to bring water. So stop, like we looked at him like, it's like, oh man, he's looking at me, I'm looking at him. Oh, we brothers in the nature and the ecosystem. Like, I'm a steward of the planet. He's just like, no, damn it, get the water. All right, it's damn near 9 o'clock. You kids need the water, man. The kids got to eat. The water brings the moss, and that's what I feed my children. So get to it. Because when you start bringing life back to the desert, you have to go with it. But that's the beautiful thing, Sean, is just how I'm starting to notice the ecosystem, how everything is coming back now that I'm here and I'm becoming a requirement here because of all the little species that are starting to become dependent on the things that I'm doing. Love is a mini splendid thing. It is, Jennifer, and everything we do, we need to do with love. Wind turbine looks awesome. It's amazing, Erica, and don't thank me. Thank China, thank you, China, thank you, China. Look at that. Look at that. Americans, I'm sorry. Y'all got to get up on your game. You're engineering wind turbines and you're making people pay $5,000 for what China is doing for $150. I'm sorry. You lose that one. I'm nope. I am proud to be where I live again. I'm not proud to be an American. I'm proud to be where I live again. And I want to buy local from all my local people. I want to sell local to all my local people. I don't believe in international trade. However, if you were charging $5,000 for a damn wind turbine and China can make it happen for $150, come on now, come on. At a certain point in time, you need to teach your local people to stop scamming you. All right. So anyway, and don't even get me started on on open source software and Raspberry Pis and Arduinos, and you get this stuff from China. They're charging a fair price. It's a part of my religion. All right, there you go. There you go. The Bible say that you're supposed to pay a man, woman fair wages for the services and products that you buy. Okay, fair. That's it. And it ain't fair if you're charging $5,000 for a wind turbine. So anyway, what's your Patreon? Oh, Lori's on it because Lori's always on it. I love that sister to death. Boom, she already got that. She got it saved right there. Bam. Thank you so much, Lori. All right, next, the truck you need. Yes, I do. Look at this. Y'all seeing this? He ain't even scared. Look at this. Look at all that bacteria and boo-boo he's leaving all on me. It's cow boo-boo. And I just blow him and eat something, he'll come right back. But he loved me. That's why he's doing it. He said, listen, no, we don't want you to die, man. You get to that town and you get that Huevos Rancheros. It ain't cooked all the way. And they use the local water. If you don't not exposed to the bacteria in small amounts from flies dying in your coffee, you're gonna die. So he's trying to help me, but I just, it's Pennsylvania. I don't know, Maryland, suburbia. I don't like flies. I'm sorry, I don't. And it's weird. Sometimes I get the bottom of my cup of coffee and then I see all the dead bugs because some of them are floaters, but a lot of times you get the ones that are not floaters. They're sinkers. And you get to the bottom of that cup and you see that big old moth or spider. All right, anyway. I don't grocery a lot. Next to truck, I do, Christine, but that's up to the people. That's up. I ain't got truck money. See, the way my account's set up is that dude Chocolate Drop said my account ain't set up that way. It doesn't make trucks appear. That's got to come from love of the people. Right now, I'm a push Nissan Murano. She's 20 years old. Petunia! She hanging on. I love her to death. I get emotional when I think about Petunia didn't push it, y'all. Get emotional. She didn't. I don't know how that car is doing what it's doing. That's a supercar. If it ain't a Superman, that's a supercar. She needs some drawers that is shiny and tight. That car done did things it ain't even supposed to do. Like, you off-roading every day in the Nissan Murano? I don't know what to tell you. It's the spirit in that car. So yeah, truck is next. I'm gonna give her a break, Christine, but that's gonna have to happen when the budget makes sense. And right now it doesn't make sense. So in the future, still a lot of wind, not a lot of wind, Christine. You know what I've noticed? I'm starting to learn how this turbine works. It's a braking turbine. So China had enough sense to put brakes in. And y'all know China don't exist, right? These are just names billionaires and trillionaire families give to things to make us want to go fight each other. Because you got a different name. I need to fight you. China doesn't exist. No, it's got a braking system. And I'm starting to learn it, Christine. Is sometimes when there's almost no wind, it spins like crazy. It's all based in the battery. It looks at the battery, determines how much charge it needs. And if it doesn't need a bunch of charge, it'll break. And so there'll be a lot of wind and it won't really spin that much. But when it needs a charge, when it knows I need a cup of coffee, I need me some Folgers in the morning, it will spin like crazy and just very little bit of wind. But that's why I picked the property that I did, Christine. I think you and I talked about this. And at some point in the future, I'll go through the details of how I picked the property and why I picked it, being in a valley, being in the hills, being far from town, not being within any city limits, not having any regulations other than 2, and why I'm in Texas, right? Texas is hot as hell in the summer. Hot, oh, and this is like not normal. This is a heat wave and drought times 2. But the majority of time here, it is very pleasant, right? 1 or 2 months out of the year, you're like, oh my God, you know, I want air conditioner, right? But the rest of the time, like the whole time I've been out here, except for the last 2 weeks, it's been pleasant every day and every night. The weather's been amazing. So, but I picked this location for the wind, Christine. I'm in the hills, so the wind never really stops. And that's why it doesn't get as hot here as it does for people who live in the valley, because it's just flat land. Here, I get a mixture of weather from multiple zones, right? In height and elevation off the plateau in the mountains, as well as the valley. And that kind of always makes sure that the wind is moving. So because I've tested the $150 China wind turbine, China will be getting another order from me soon. All right, Gerard needs a holiday. Gerard is on holiday, Christine. Gerard is not in corporate America anymore. He is, but I know what you're saying. Gerard's body needs a holiday because Gerard's body is yeah, we 29? I think he said we 29. Okay, we don't act like we 29 and your body ain't responding like it's 29. Like that's like, you know, the whole subconscious thing. Placebo, nocebo effect. Please look it up. Age is a cult. But your body had something like, wait a minute, you keep saying we're 29, but I just hate the 29 performance that we supposed to be having. But that'll help my body to push a bit further. Tricking and fooling it the same way the doctors trick and fool it how they were taught to through Rockefeller medicine. So they can sell more drugs. So your body will get sicknesses it's not supposed to get because it thinks it's 55. And age really isn't a thing. Your body is the age it's supposed to be based on how you treat it and what you eat and how you live your life. Don't go along with the cult. That's why I don't. But my body does need a holiday. The heart carpal tunnel is saying that, but we're almost getting up to a point where we can start focusing on aesthetics, and that's when my body's going to get that holiday. We can die anywhere. Yes, we can, Lori. That's why we got to live. Doesn't matter where you, and you know that, just live your life wherever you are, live your life. And if you can't live your life where you are, too many toxic people around you, the environment's toxic. A lot of people think billionaires coming to save them. They got on face diapers, then you need to go. If you can't, if they tell you, that's what they told me. That's why it's one of the reasons I left, Lori. They said, oh yeah, well, to go to the movies, you're going to have to put a face diaper on your child. Listen. I know you're not gonna like this and that next statement, but I love your perspective, and here's mine. You can love it or hate it, or go away or block me. I really don't give two damns. Love you to death, though. I will never abuse my children, ever. And I am not going to make them wear a face diaper to go to no damn movie because you don't know how to stop eating sugar and poisoning your body and debilitating, which is probably not even a word in this context, your immune system. All right. You have an immune system, use it, which means you need to eat the food and not abuse it. Damn it. That's a quote. Did y'all hear that? I got a gallant talent sometimes. So no, you tell me that I got to abuse my children so they can go enjoy in the parts of the world that I helped create. I'm going to tell you to kiss my black ashy, which is not ashy no more. It's just dusty. Kiss my black dusty butt, right? With bentonite clay all over it. Kiss it. No, I'm not. That's why if you can't live where you are, you need to go. And I was surrounded by very crazy people who were planning very crazy things that's going to end up in a civil war. And I tell you what, I have no issues with that. I have no, but just for a face diaper? No, it's not about the face diaper. It's about whether or not I'm teaching my children slavery is a good idea and obedience to psychopathic corporations is a good idea. No, hell no. I take the Civil War twice. Civil War twice. Can I get the Civil War for 200 plays? It's not about a face diaper. It's about whether or not I support your right to wear a face diaper. I would fight a civil war for your right to wear a face diaper. And I'd also fight a civil war. Not offensive. Don't get me wrong. No. If you start the war, you are the violator. You are the violent one. You are the use of force is always authorized in defense. You start a violent activity, you are always the foul one. But you know what? Let's think about that too. It's not just physical violence, psychological, mental. There's a whole lot of drama with my friends right now on Facebook. And they're doing everything they can to pull me into like, nope, not doing it, not touching it. Nope, I got real problems. And your drama is not one of them. A lot of people leave people alone. All right, y'all do self-work, work on yourself. Once yourself is, all right, then go try to fix other people. But you might want to fix yourself first. So I'm not even sure how all that got there. Oh, but live your life, right? Gotta live your life. You got to live your life. And then that is one reason, Lord, as you know, why I'm out here is you tell me my problem isn't them. My problem is me. My problem is I somehow believe that I could help build a world that wasn't going to be used to abuse and oppress me and control me. And I'm not going to hand that to my children. So my problem is I became dependent on your grocery stores. I became dependent on your movie theaters. I became dependent on your water. I became dependent on your power. And now it's time for me to show you my big, black, ashy, dusty butt and say, no, enough is enough. My problem is I became dependent to psychopathic corporation that some people call a government. And I'm not going to be dependent on that anymore. So I grow my own food, live out on my own land, do it my own way, and give my kids a chance at freedom. If you understand what I'm saying, you understand who Harriet Tubman is. If you don't understand what I'm saying, you have no clue who Harriet Tubman. She is not who the person is on TV. Harriet Tubman was an off-gridder. She decided this grid is about slavery, control, psychopathic activity, them controlling the drugs that go in my body and my health, and when I work and when I don't work. And ain't nothing different now. They just do it with debt. Same way they control the slave plantation. They control us with debt. Harriet Tubman was an off-gridder. She decided, you know what? This grid ain't for me. I'm going to go off-grid. And she went up north. I decided that the psychopathic, pharmaceutical, defense corporation, big tech thing that y'all call a government, which is just an oligarchical United States Incorporated, was meaning harm. And I finally saw the harm. And I said, no, I won't be a part of that grid. So I left. Anyway, I'm a wild alien. I think we all are, right, Riz? We all alien. We all some wild alien. Ain't none of us from Earth. We are an infection. We've infected this planet. We're a parasite. We've been acting like a parasite since we've been here, creating deserts and other problems. Now it's time that we accept we now know how to live with the host. Because that's all a parasite is, right, Riz? That's all a parasite is. A parasite is something that wants to live with the host, but it's too immature and it can't figure it out. And so it ends up killing the host and killing itself. We've been here long enough how to know that we probably shouldn't kill the host, which is the ecosystem, not the planet. The planet don't give two damns. The planet gonna reboot without us. It's gonna be happy when we're gone. We are alien parasites that learn now, okay, this is how we live in sync with the host. We can't have money. We can't have debt. We can't have slavery. We can't abuse people for their identities, which are not their identities. We have to live within the ecosystem. We got to accept the fly that lands in our coffee every now and then, right? We're a part of something. We are not these arrogant bastards that rule and run everything. So absolutely, we are wild aliens, but it's time that we take that wild out of that, Riz. It's time that we go ahead and get rid of the wild and we grow the F up and go ahead and start acting mature. Gerard, glad you survived the no-tell Oh, I did, Heather. I stayed away from the drunk woman. You know what the funny thing, Heather? I saw her in the morning though. She actually had the room next to me, which is kind of weirdly scary, creepily. There were no rooms left at the inn. She's supposed to go find herself another hotel. She was drunk in the lobby and somehow she got the room next to mine, which is probably why it was loud all damn night. And I kept hearing knocking on the door. I did not answer the door. So I survived. All right. He is living it, right? I'm trying to live it, Lord. I'm doing the best that I can. Happy non-birthing person day, which is true. And we got to give mama the respect for that. Mama's the creator. You know, we're all different. No, none are better. Women aren't better. Men aren't better. Everybody got their roles physically and psychologically and mentally, and none of those roles are defined by anybody else. They can determine what those roles are for their damn self. And so, yeah, I'm not a birther. I just provide some stuff. I'm not. Hey, look, hey, no, I got enough bacteria this morning. Stop it. Hey, get on with yourself, man. Damn it. You got somewhere to be. Your brother was just in my coffee. He just gave me some doo-doo. I don't need no more cow E. coli. Sometimes they try to overdose you, you know, because he's hungry. He probably ain't getting enough water or something. He wants me to die. So he's trying to give me too much E. coli. All right. Yeah, he needs to rest once in a while. What I do, Christine, I do. Look at China go. Go, China, damn it, get it. I'm sorry. I'm so happy with China right now. Can y'all hear that? That's like the sound of power. Like she's really going. And you see my hat? Barely 10-mile-an-hour winds. And that thing is flying. Do you see this? People on Patreon are like, yep, we've seen it a million times. People on Facebook just now getting, look at that. Crazy. Crazy. And you know, it's only what, 10 feet? I just put it up. And I got one guide wire on it. I need to put the rest of the guide wires on it, which is why I need to end this video. It was an experiment. I I believe the hype. You know that song? Don't believe the hype. That song right there, yeah. I believe the hype. I was like, nah, China don't make nothing good. China kicking butt, all right? And they probably stole the technology from America, which is okay. They're kicking butt. So I was a test. I only did a 10-foot wind turbine. So you put that sucker up 20 feet. Oh my goodness, that thing ain't never gonna stop. But I like them low because I don't really feel like taking out the welder and welding. I got other things I got to do. So I don't really, when I do a big one, maybe 20, 25 feet, it's going to be with a hinge on the bottom. So you can, you know, work on it when you need to. You can take it down. It's very dusty out here. Probably going to require a lot of cleaning, like with all the other mechanics. So, yeah, it was a test. It was a test at 10 foot. But she's kicking butt just in 10 mile an hour winds. My father beat the funny into Darth Riley. Yeah, well, you know what? We all learn from our parents. Sometimes it's good learning, sometimes it's bad learning. My father did not beat the funny into me. My father beat the demon out of me. Oh, he did not believe in sparing the rod and spoiling the child. He believed in break the hell out the rod so my child won't be spoiled. And he the hell out the rod. And it's a good thing that he did too. People are like, but that's child abuse. You have no idea. I'd probably be robbing you right now, abusing you if that man didn't give me what I needed. He gave me what I needed. That's just who I am. I'm not, listen, I'm in defiance to authoritarians in every shape or form, whether I came out that womb or not. Whether I came out that man's testicles or not, I'm in defiance to authority. And he needed to break that, because sometimes there are authoritarians that love you who are just trying to teach you. They're trying to make you better than them. They're trying to make you an upgrade from them. And so he needed to train me in that way. So no, he beat the responsibility into me. He beat the arrogance out of me. And I needed that. Other people don't. Some kids, they just take that toy away, take that cell phone away. I didn't give two damns about that toy. And we didn't have cell phones. We had Walkmans. I didn't know you take your phone privileges. I didn't care. Listen, I'm a defiant. Listen, my name is Kunta Kinte. No, your name is Toby. No, it ain't. My name is Kunta Kinte. You know, I sit there and you just beat me with all the punishments you want. I sit there and take it. But finally, he got the right pressure point. He got the right swing, the right angle like golf. He got the right swing finally, Riley. And that taught me, okay, well, some authoritarians are here to help, you know, some not, you know, and the ones usually here to help, the ones love you, call parents and uncles and grandparents, stuff like that. So anyway, what is that? You're a bundella of energy. What is a bundella? I don't know what a bundella is, but that sounds good, Christine. Thank you. I'd be a bundella every time of energy. Oh, bundle. You meant bundle. Yeah. Yeah, kind of, sort of. On coffee. Yeah. Oh, Lord Jesus. Get out of here. He's on my coffee again. I might die. It's the wrong one. That's all you need. All you need is the wrong fly that landed in the wrong cow doo-doo was eating, and the one that ain't dry yet, but it's putrefying, but it is, you know, it ain't fresh, but it ain't dry and safe. And he landed all that one little piece of E. coli, and that's it. You're done. Done. This is why you need to focus on your immune system. Your immune system is hundreds of billions of trillions of cells that are trying to protect you. They can focus on one little piece of E. coli that just got the wrong activity that's going to kill you. Okay, Big Pharma ain't going to do that. It's the power of your immune system. It is literally an army of special forces, and they all do different things, from cytotoxic T cells to memory T cells, the white blood cells, the red. They all work together with the memory. They all work together. You either got a military working within you, defending your body, or you are very silly, trusting billionaires who are making a lot of profit, convincing you that they can replace something that nobody even understands yet. Nobody even understands the immune system, let alone can replace it. All right. I'm thinking he might want to leave the plants and structures. Oh, I'm thinking he might not want to leave the plants and structures for very long. You see him trying to get in my eye? I am not a UNICEF. Donate some money to me, have some flies land, go walking in my eyes and nose and stuff. I grew up watching them kids on TV. I am not one of them. Fly attack me, I'm act crazy until he leave me alone. I'm thinking he might not want to leave plants and structure for very long. There are a lot of things that need to go, Lori, and other things that need to be transplanted. I transplant a lot of the mesquite. The yucca, I think I like, because I can use the yucca for mulch, because they create a lot of leaf matter, which is the problem with not having upper story trees. Upper story fast growing trees drop a lot of leaves and bark and seeds and things, and that helps protect the top layer of soil from the sun. So as I'm planting those trees, there's certain plants that are beneficial. The yucca is definitely going to be very beneficial to me. Daggone fly. And the mesquite are very beneficial. So that might be a booger. I'm sorry. That's wipe that. I ain't got no tissue. That's what I have pants legs for. Sometimes you got to discuss people because they think they're clean. Like, I don't know why people think, oh, I'm clean. I took a shower. Do you know that you are a big walking piece of bacteria made up of hundreds of billions of other bacteria? Just you're a big bug and you're surrounded by bugs. I'm clean, not because you put on Ivory soap. You're a big walking bacteria farm. All right. So yeah, some I'm leaving, some I'm not. The shed is not staying. I don't like man structures. There will be no man structures on this property. It's going to be all earthen greenhouse things that you can't see from a distance, forest, cob houses, things like that. I don't like man structures at all. Your father would be proud of you and your attempt and accomplishments at self-sustainability. For the most part, David, I appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much. I think he would be proud of some things, other things not. My father was a organization freak, and he's freaking out about what's going on in this desert. Like, yeah, put the tools back where they're supposed to be. That's not where the screwdriver goes. All right, just got quiet. Hold on, I'm sorry. I make jokes, but when I don't hear the things I'm supposed to, not hearing the birds, and the wind turbine just got quiet. So it means the wind died down, and there's probably something behind me about to eat me. No, he was a control. I think he's excited about some things. I mean, his tools are building happiness, David. When he died, he left tons of tools to me, and my family gave most of them away. Because that's just my family, but we're not gonna talk about that. I didn't come and get them fast enough, and they just, sometimes you got to clean things out your life. So I'm not even saying nothing, but most of the tools he had that I have out here, probably I inherited from him. And because I lose all my tools because I don't put them back where they're supposed to be. The same reason I get upset at my kids, and that's why they don't put them tools back where they're supposed to be. But even if not the tools, the know-how, David, I got the know-how from him. You know, it's like whether it's working with wind turbines or solar panels or electric or repairing the car, all of that, the love and fascination I got from that, and the beginning start with engineering, all came from him. All of that came from him. So he is out here building with me, you know, and y'all not gonna like it, because y'all, you know, I'm not no respecter of persons, but everybody say something that's important every now and then. And one of them presidents, I won't say the name because it's going to trigger half of my friends. And if I say the other president, it'll trigger the other half of my friends. But he said, you didn't build this. You didn't do this. Right. And he was right about that. You didn't build this. You didn't do this. And half of y'all now already know what I'm gonna say who said it because I love him. But he said it in the wrong context. He was saying the government did it. Love the government. That was his job to say that. No, we all survive by each other. Nobody survives by a few other people and family. We all survive by each other. Everything that I'm doing and everything that my father taught me and the things I learned afterwards all came from other people. We all survive together. You know, and David, and that's why, you know, my end game out here is it's a community that's growing food, that's thriving, that's giving most of the food away. And a lot of folks don't understand that. Well, if the tools and technology I utilize came from all of your ancestors, if the knowledge that was handed down through my grandfather, through my father and their friends and people they work with, and my uncles and things that I figured out since I've been here working with other people, came from your ancestors and your family and your friends. How can I take all that knowledge, all those tools, all that technology that came from my 7 billion brothers and sisters or cousins all around this planet and just use it for my bank account? What kind of person would I be if I did that? I'd be the person that the education system indoctrinates us to be. These little self-focused, arrogant, I did it, me bastards. Been that person my whole life, David. Not gonna be that person no more. Anyway, Burisma admits to, I'm not even gonna say that, Roz. I've spent enough time in Facebook jail. I'm in Facebook jail right now. I don't even know for what, and I don't even care. I don't know what I'm banned from. I don't know what it is. I woke up the morning, I clicked on something, it's like, you're in Facebook prison. And I just clicked off and like, I don't care. I don't care for, I don't have time to focus on drama and childish bullshizzle, right? That's bullshizzle. All right, well, okay. I don't know what it's for. You can't send messages on Sunday between 7 o'clock and 4:30. Okay, well, I don't really care. I'm going to say what I got to say. I'm going to do what I got to do because it's the right thing to do. And everything I do out of love. And if your website has a problem with that, then F you and the horse you rode in on. I'm just going to keep doing it and leave it at that. So I have no idea what I'm in Facebook jail for or how long, but there's certain things like that you're not even allowed to even, because that's not a person that's going to trigger you on that. That's a piece of software, and it'll get you every time. Say what you got to say, change your words, figure out how to educate people in a way, call things donuts and Ovaltines, whatever you got to. This is a war. We are at war. We've been at war for a very long time, probably thousands of years. And now I'm just learning how to fight. You don't fight. Everything you fight, you validate. I think I got a post that I've been waiting to make. I haven't made it. Good Lord. About 8 of them. They're fighting over my blood, over my juice, fighting over my sweat. Everything you fight, you validate. I'm going to put this in the context of domestic violence. I'm not sure how this is going to play out. This is going to be a good analogy or not. I'm pretty sure that it will. Because root truth is root truth, and it's been true for millions of years and ain't never going to stop being true. You validate what you fight. If you fight it, you validate that it has not only the ability to do what it's doing to you, but you become it because you're utilizing the same level of violence it is that it figures it has the ability. You not only become it, you are it at that point. Everything you fight, you validate. If you're in a domestic violence situation and you don't leave that man, you just sit there and fight with him, you become him. Think about that. Well, I'm doing it for the kids. No, you're not. You're doing that because he is turning you into him. And this is a great lecture I was listening to a long time ago, where the sister was basically saying that psychopaths, what they want, violent psychopaths want to make everybody like them. That's their goal. They want you. They need you to fight them. The people with monopolies on violence systems, not people, systems, they need you to fight them for them to remain validated. They need you to be as violent as they are, and it justifies their existence. If you're in a domestic violence situation, you have one requirement, and that is to stop supporting the system that is bringing you violence and your children. You leave, you walk away. The system needs you to fight it. The man or the woman, whoever's abusing you, they need you to stay there and fight them because it justifies them and it justifies what they're doing. You walk away from systems. It's easy to beat a system. You ain't got to fight it. You just walk away because you're never going to beat it. If you actually beat it, you become it. It won. And so now I know how to fight. You don't support systems. You don't validate them by giving them the violence that they give you. If you're not there, that relationship, that marriage doesn't even exist. If you're not there, that violent government, corporation, whatever you call, it either needs to capitulate and become peaceful, or it just goes away. And that's the level of fight that we need to have, people. It's just called walk away, right? Be too good to get down and grovel and with the drama and the violence and the childishness. So, and anyway, Riley, that was my point, is that's how you fight. You fight via kung fu. You don't give it validation. You don't fight it. You leave it. Well, I'm gonna kill you behind you. Well, go ahead and do that there. But I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna off grid from your violence. I'm gonna off grid from the idea of fighting to solve problems. I'm gonna off grid from the idea of being violent to solve. I'm gonna off grid from the idea of politics, robbing Peter to pay Paul, determining whose children must starve so mine don't. Walk away from it, because that's all politics is. It's politricks. It's the idea that your children and you are more important than other people and their children because they were just born in a different place, in a different ethnicity, perhaps, or in a different gender, perhaps. All right. So anyway, I'm the last couple comments. I've been here for a damn near hour. I really got to get some work done today. No, they need water every day. Yeah, plants need water. They need water every day, either from condensation, moisture in the ground. That's what we're talking about. And a lot of plants know how to do that. The plants who know how to do that are the only ones that are thriving out here. The ones that don't know how to do that, which are still part of this ecosystem, we killed by destroying the trees, and we got to bring those species back. That's what I was talking about earlier. All right, copper gardening tools. That sounds great. And I think you're supposed to drink water out of copper too. Did the Dust Bowl affect the area when it occurred? Yeah, so the Dust Bowl, that's a good question, David. I'm not sure. I thought that the popular Dust Bowl, right, the one that's taught in American history, mostly was Midwest, I believe, where there were where a lot of the crops were growing. Out here was out here was mostly cattle. Like we create dust bowls all the time. You create dust bowls when you build a house in a development and you destroy the plants that are there that hold the soil down so the wind blows it away. Once we destroy the trees, then the crops that don't do well at conserving moisture or making moisture, they all died. But they dropped seeds and they went dormant. That was what the beginning of the video was about. All we need to do is bring the water back and those species come back. But we have to have trees so they have the shade that they need so they don't evaporate water too fast. So I don't know if the popular Dust Bowl helped create this, but the Dust Bowl, for my love of Happy Meals and burgers from a child, did this. Waiting for government to stop controlling the weather. And that's another piece of it, Rye. Like, desertification is a very real thing. But the problem is most people who talk about climate change, they're the people who actually work with the industries that destroy the climate. So I don't have any interest in any politician talking about climate change or desertification or any of the other problems that they make profit from. Right? Glyphosate changes the climate, right? Glyphosate kills the microbiology in the soil, and that's what feeds the plants and the trees. And when that's not there, trees and plants die. That creates dust bowls. That creates barren soil, and the wind blows it away. Who's the number one investor in glyphosate and the pesticide industry? His name is Bill Gates. I have no interest in the people who are causing the problems to solve the problems because they have no financial interest to solve the problems. Their financial interest is to continue causing the problems, but convincing you that they're trying to fix it. So, and then the other piece of that is the mostly classified weather technology. And all the governments have it. They all the big ones, they all sign that climate, what was that? I forgot the name of the law. You want to know how the world works, read the law. Don't watch the TV. The pact, where they all said they wouldn't use the weather tools as weapons of war. And that's fine. They don't have to. They're not going to use them against their neighbor. They don't have to. All they got to do is make it rain more in their country, and you get 4 or 5 countries doing that, and it'll modify the climate. JFK told us that. LBJ didn't say it, but he confirmed we had that technology back in the 60s. So none of this is new. So I'm not going to talk to people who are trying to give me half the information and when they want to talk about a solution. That's called a scam. And I'm a little too old to be falling for scams that are that obvious. Flies and mosquitoes have discovered you already. Yes, they have. All right. Let me get down to the last comments. I really do got to go, you guys. So I appreciate you guys jumping in. I got to get work done today. Let me see if I did comment. See if I didn't get comments from somebody. Hey, Barbara Peters. Finally, much better hat. Yep, much better. Deborah's a little too small though. Need to put a little Viagra on this hat. Got to get up to sombrero level. We are here to heal. Yep, we are here to heal and heal others. And not heal them in the way we think they need healing, but to ask them what they need and then provide that. Brother Bofine in the house. We need to bring back dueling with feather dusters. Yes, amen. Amen, church. I agree. I'd let the kings fight their own battles and let them fight them battles with feather dusters, and the world would be a much nicer and funnier place. Hey, Rebecca Costello, much love to you. Well, I'm already considered a violent radical extremist for my political beliefs. So if I need to defend my freedom, would that be considered violent? No, David. But I'm not, I'm not going to go too much into detail. That I think you already know the answer to that. I think you're asking a rhetorical question. The rules of force and violence, right? Violence is a violation. When you bring it to somebody else, it's violence. And that happens through law, happens through legislation. It happens through your expectations of other people. Violence come in many different forms. And you defending your body, your space, you're defending from what could be classified as different types of freedom rape, if you would call it that. Nobody has a right to put anything in your body, whether it's a penis or an experimental drug, period. End of discussion. Your body, your space, your right. And The means that you defend that, in my opinion, David, are always authorized. You have to stand up for yourself. You do. That's the only reason I love that show, Bent, Twisted, or the name of the show I can't I can't remember the name of, where the wives are like, ah, yeah, you beat me for 20 years. And she finally becomes you. And she runs you over with the car. I mean, it's not funny, and it is funny. I'm sorry. It's just, that's how my mind works. I don't think anybody ever dies. I think you're just reincarnated and you come back as the person you were abusing. But yeah, if you keep asking for, keep asking the chicken hot, chicken cold, chicken burnt, chicken this, the rice ain't ready, and you beating that woman, yeah, one day she's gonna become you, and you ain't gonna like it. So it's not a funny show, but you defending yourself, to me, is always authorized, always, at all times. No corporate greed is the parasite. Yes, yeah, corporate greed is the parasite. Let me think about that, David. Humans aren't the parasite, right? I agree with what you're saying. We have parasitical tendencies. Let's put it that way. We don't have to be the parasite. When I say we're a parasite, it's from the perspective of we don't fit in here. We're not like nothing else here. So obviously we're not from here. Something about us is not from here. Our society isn't designed for people who aren't greedy. To be successful here, you have to be greedy to a certain degree, if you can put greedy on a spectrum. So the fact that we have a propensity to be greedy, and we're put in economies that require we be greedy or we die. We live in poverty, we have to do a crime to feed our family, and we go to prison or we're shot by police. It means that the whole system has to be changed, right? So it doesn't matter if it's corporate greed or personal greed. It's all the same greed. And the system requires it of corporations or they don't exist, and it requires it of people or they go poor and they fall into survival mode, and then this is kind of getting political, and so I'm going to bow out of this conversation. I'm simply going to say that when the system requires everybody be a greedy bastard, then the system can't stay anymore. The system has to go. Don't you think nature has a plan for the human? Oh, I know it does. I know it does, but it's a dynamic plan, Paul Bradley. It's a dynamic one. Nature's plan is you fit in the ecosystem, or you'll destroy the ecosystem and you'll die with that ecosystem, and I will make a new ecosystem and you won't be a part of it, right? That's nature's plan. So we have the ability within that plan to do right. We just have to choose to. Oh, Lord have mercy. I didn't want to read that. I saw one word in that. Yes, there you go. I'm not going to. Y'all can read it yourself. I'm not going to read it. Why are you not drinking your coffee like you used to? It's hot. I think that's my body doesn't want to, Norma. That's why. Oh, Lord. Well, one, the flies keep landing in it, and I'm only trying to get a small dose of inoculation of E. coli. And two, probably because my body needs to hydrate more. Caffeine. Oh, look at the lizard. Caffeine. It is a dehydrator. I love lizards because they eat insects. Part of the ecosystem. Caffeine dehydrates you, water hydrates you. My body knows it needs to be hydrated, so it knows it knows that I need to drink less coffee, and it's not giving me the taste for coffee. It's like a pregnant woman. When you're pregnant, you get a taste for apples. Damn it, you better eat them apples, because your body needs compounds or things that come from apples to make a baby, to make a healthy baby. Listen to your body. Once again, it's like the immune system. There are hundreds of billions of trillions of cells in me, and they're all communicating, and they all know what they need. I have no idea what they need. So if they don't give me a taste for coffee, I don't drink it. So that's why. It's not my choice. It's just how my body's responding to the environments I put it in, and I try to listen to it. Now we know where there is flypaper near, why there's flypaper near cows. Yeah, because there's tons of flies, and I got flypaper up. I've been reducing that population. Javelina watch, yes, but I've not yet seen a javelina while I'm out here. The farmers tell me they're here, big time, but mostly they say the hogs are what I got to worry about. So I listen to that, and but every now and then I do pay attention, because if I was a cougar, I'd want to eat me. That's not my food. But if he keep looking in that direction, making all this damn noise while the kids are sleeping, I'm gonna go ahead and meet him. That's what I would do. So yeah, I gotta every now and then check behind me. That's why I stopped trying to fight the pedophile ring. Ooh, here in Eugene. I'm sorry, I said that word. I probably shouldn't have said that word. That's probably gonna trigger something. I exposed them and moved on. That's all I can do. Ooh, yes, Ryoshi. Look at you fighting like a samurai, art of war with a Japanese name. Amen. We give each other information and things will go how they're supposed to, right? It's like Ryoshi. One thing I started thinking about a couple months ago, I don't debate anybody anymore because it's a waste of my time and theirs. I learn things and I share things. And if you learn some things that you feel I don't know, please share them. Or I said something and it's only part, please share that with me. But I'm not going to debate you. I give information, you give information, and we should be mature enough to change our behaviors or our positions based on information we're given and stop trying to be right. I have no interest in being right anymore, Ryoshi, about anything. That's a narcissistic, sociopathic thing that this society gives us, that we got to be right all the damn time. We got to be these little childlike bastards that got to win arguments and debates. I have no interest in what people believe or think. All we can do, Ryoshi, is figure out what's going on, share the information, and everything, the chips will fall where they may. I share the information about foster care, right? Because I got a lot of friends who are fighting it, and I used to fight it. I don't fight it anymore, right? If most people want to keep a system which is 100% a child trafficking system by definition and legal laws that you can actually, statutes and regulations that you can read, and people want to keep that, they want to continue stealing children from their parents because it's $1 billion industry, trillions of dollar industry now, then that's what they're supposed to do. That's supposed to happen, Ryoshi. And we will go the way of the dinosaurs, as we should eventually. All right. Voting is validation of violence. Exactly, Rebecca. And I'm not a violent person. I will, you bring war to my door, I will give you every last drop that I got. And trust me, I got a lot. Don't let the hippie smooth taste fool you. But that violence that I have within me, Rebecca, that propensity, it's not for my family. It's not here for 7 billion people. It's here for systems, for people who get behind those systems that are based in abuse and violence. And if all sides of that voting are violent people and their ideas of going around the world, killing people and stealing their resources and creating violent people in this society through artificial scarcity legislation, you ain't gonna get a vote out of me. All you're gonna get is my black ashy dusty butt. That's all you're gonna see. Plumber's crack, get it all the time out here, and gardener's butt. Plumber's crack, gardener's butt, engineer's crack, all of that stuff. That's all I got out here. But nobody's around to see it, so I'm fine with that. All right, I gotta go, you guys. Green feathered dusters. Yep, and I'm dusting all the time. I got my feathered duster out here, and I fight dust with my feathered duster. All right, I gotta go, you guys. Did I get something from everybody? Evolution, yes, Carl Zigna. And when we stop evolving, that's when we go extinct. Survival of the fittest never stop. And I think we stopped evolving socially probably 1,000 years ago. You know, and that evidence is Plato and Shakespeare and all those who, you know, Aristotle, all those who showed us that nothing is new under the sun. We're the same ignorant bastards we were thousands of years ago. And we need to stop, bring the system to its knees, and create a system that thrives with the ecosystem the way that brother John Liu talks about. You know, so as far as, you know, this being titled inspiration, my inspiration is John Liu, Greening the Desert. All the world's problems can be solved in a garden. And that one is Jeff Lawton, right? I appreciate Jeff Lawton for his effectiveness with species and greening the desert and certain plants and his understanding of the garden. The planet is a Garden of Eden. It always was. It's abundant from the dry lands to the wetlands, and it always has been till we destroyed it. We return this planet to a garden, there's abundance, then there is no violence. All violence comes from scarcity. When people don't have scarce environments anymore, then all violence goes away. So all the world's problems can be solved in a garden, and it begins with cultivating abundant areas again. And John Lu, through the inspiration of, it's not like we got a choice. We either do or we don't. We do it, we thrive. We don't, we die. That's the end of it. That's why I'm out here greening the desert. That's why I'm creating a forest in a dry valley, because it's what I'm supposed to do. I'm a steward. And it doesn't really matter what anybody else does. I'm going to do the things I'm supposed to do because I'm supposed to do them. All right, you guys, I got to go. Your life is your life. You manifest the things that you want around you. You make the right decisions based on what you feel is right and ignore what everybody else does. It had nothing to do with anybody else. You're having your own experience here on earth. Pretend like you're going to be qualified by what you do, not what anybody else does. Well, go with your inspiration, go with your passion. Now my inspiration is to close your damn mouth and get some work done. So my mouth is closed. China, go China, go China. She go, look at China go. Got work to do. All right, you guys. This is Gerard. Love y'all to death. I'm out here. Y'all have a wonderful day. Peace, love, and hair grease. Soul Train.
Break the chains that bind me, 'cause I wanna break the chains that bind you. Do you wanna set the world free, have perfect harmony? Isn't it time for that? Do you wanna free, boom, 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 free the people? Do you wanna free, boom, 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 free the people from the bottom to the top? Make modern slavery stop. Do you wanna let go of the prisoners? See everyone happy. We can have this and more if we open up the doors. Well, what do you think about that? Do you wanna free, boom, boom, free the people? Do you wanna free, boom, boom, free the people and Mother Nature too? Close down all the zoos. Do you wanna boom, 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 boom? Do you wanna boom, 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 boom? Do you wanna free,